Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good Monday evening to all our viewers and listeners. This is the GBN television news for March 14th, 2022. In the headlines, Grenada's ambassador to the World Trade Organization, Justin Sun, refutes claims of insider trading as international investigation gets underway. Rainier J crew to resume trade amidst safety concerns. New National Party celebrates its 4th anniversary in government. For what's to come in regional developments and sports, let's go over to Frederick. Zia?
Thank you, Blossom, and good evening, viewers and listeners. Here's what's coming up in our probe around the globe. Jamaica government minister resigns from cabinet following damning report that says he knowingly granting a firearm permit to 6 people with criminal traces. Further afield, while many focus on the deadly attack in Ukraine, Omicron cases surge in China. And a little later in sports, a successful hosting of the first major athletics event since the pandemic is garnering positive reviews from all circles. Join me, Zia Frederick, later in the newscast for the details. Back to you, Blossom.
Thank you, Zia. This is Primetime Edition of News. We'll be right back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening once again. Thanks for joining us. I am Blossom Alexis-Welsh with the details. It is a developing story surrounding one of Grenada's recently appointed ambassadors, with allegations of insider trading and fraud at the forefront. Gerard Joseph has tonight's top story.
Grenada's ambassador to the World Trade Organization, His Excellency Justin Sung, has slammed allegations of insider trading, fraud and money laundering through immigration as false. Previously, the U.S. technology blog The Verge claimed that according to the revelations of several former employees of Justin Sung's company and evidence such as on-chain data, Justin Sung organized a market-making team, Juin Tron, suspected of insider trading and evaded the ICT ban. An online news platform, Breaking Latest News, reported last week that Ambassador Sung was being investigated by multiple law enforcement agencies in the United States with nearly 10 charges. The latest report is that the U.S. Internal Revenue Service and the FBI have been involved in the investigation, and that Ambassador Sung may once again use the citizenship of another country to avoid legal sanctions. Last Thursday, Justin Sung sent 5 tweets in a row in response to the allegations in the Verge's investigation that his alleged insider trading was investigated by the IRS and FBI. GBN reached out to government via Press Secretary Philomena Robertson on Friday to garner a statement or response on the developing story, and she noted that she will consult with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. On Monday, Ms. Robinson responded, saying that it is her understanding that Mr. Song has been asked to provide full disclosure to the government of Grenada based on the allegations being made. Therefore, government is currently awaiting that information. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
And the GBN will continue to follow the latest developments and bring you the information as they come to hand. In other news, the legal representative of the 8-member crew on the Rainier J cargo vessel says his clients are concerned about their safety, as this week will be the first time they will attempt to ply their trade in Trinidad and Tobago after an altercation between the crew and officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard. The attorney said he has since issued a letter to the government official in the Twin Island Republic seeking assurance that the crew will not be obstructed from conducting their business. Rena Thomas continues to follow this developing story.
It's been 2 weeks since the Grenadian cargo vessel MV Rainier J and its 8-member crew entered the waters of Trinidad and Tobago following allegations of physical assault by members of the neighboring island's Coast Guard officers on March 2nd. The vessel has not returned to conduct business in Trinidad since the alleged incident, but is scheduled to do so this week. The crew's legal representative in Trinidad and Tobago, Lala of KL Lala and Company, stated that his clients are concerned about their safety as they prepare to resume business. In an exclusive Zoom interview with the GBN, Lala indicated that a letter dated March 11th was sent to the Minister of National Security of Trinidad and Tobago, Acting Commissioner of Police of Trinidad and Tobago, and Head of Coast Guard of Trinidad and Tobago, outlining the incident on March 2nd, and is now seeking assurance that they will in no way impede the Grenadian crew from proceeding with their lawful trading activities between Trinidad and Grenada.
And the clients are very concerned about the safe passage coming back and forth to Trinidad, as well as other nationals from Grenada who are engaged in daily trade within countries. There's not been any statement that affirmatively gives comfort to my clients insofar as how they will be treated upon their return. There has been public utterances of an investigation, but we are writing asking for confirmation of a position as to how this incident will be treated, and also an assurance of the safe passage not only for my clients but all other citizens of CARICOM who are engaged in trade with Trinidad and Tobago.
The lawyer said he also made several demands of the Trinidad authorities, which includes the preservation of all evidence touching and concerning this incident, including any video footage or recording of the incident, and that copies are provided to him. Access to logs, entry statements, and reports pertaining to this incident, the names and ranks of every officer involved in the incident, among others, are the lawyer's demands.
And in fact, any logs that were entered by those members and who authorized them to conduct this arrest, detention, and assault upon my clients. We're still awaiting response. As of today, we've sent a letter to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Trinidad and Tobago. We've also sent it to the Charge d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy, CARICOM Secretariat, and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Grenada and Grenadines.
Derek Baliram and Derek Ali are the other lawyers representing the Grenadian and one Trinidadian crew. They believed that the Coast Guard officers acted illegally, unbalanced, unwarranted, and not only did they act contrary to the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, but contrary to the revised Treaty of Chagarama. Meanwhile, the Trinidad Express is reporting that the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard has been given 1 week within which to provide specific pieces of information relative to the incident at sea, warning that if the requested information was not forthcoming by this Friday, the High Court proceedings would be filed. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Sunday marked the new National Party's 4th anniversary since their clean sweep at the polls in 2018. Parliamentary representatives and caretakers held celebrations at their various constituencies across the country. Let's get more in this Chrislina John report.
The celebration of victory warm it up.
4 years ago, the New National Party won all 15 seats in the general election. 4 years on, the party rallies its troops in preparation for another election, constitutionally due next year. No date has been announced yet, but during the party's celebration, political leader of the New National Party, Dr. Keith Mitchell, told supporters to get ready. Constituents from 3 constituencies, the town of St. George Northwest, and St. George Northeast, all converge at the Grand Mall playing field on Sunday for the election victory anniversary celebration. Parliamentary representative for St. George Northwest, Prime Minister Mitchell, noted that the voter turnout in other parts of the region has been affected by the pandemic and hopes to see a difference in Grenada's case.
We don't just want to win an election and just win 15 seats. We want to make sure that we have a large turnout of voters. Because the reports we have in many constituencies around the country, in many parts of the world, the Caribbean, in fact the world, every election that occurs since the virus has had low turnout of voters. So while the people won, some case all the seats, or some case mostly all the seats, the number of people going out to vote have been low.
Dr. Mitchell hinted once again what's ahead for the New National Party.
Northwest, I want to thank you for 38 years of parliamentary support. I only ask for one more vote, one more this time. And we are already preparing the ground. We are already preparing the ground for the next person who will take over the constituency. And I will be preparing the ground for the next person that will become Prime Minister of this country.
Recently appointed caretaker for St. George Northeast, Nimrod Oliver, says they are working hard and believes it will be another clean sweep at the polls.
I believe the bell is out of the pocket by now. But we have to continue doing what we're doing so that we get the date and repeat history.
Parliamentary representative for the town of St. George, Peter David, reminds constituents of the importance of getting registered.
And he said, get ready. What does get ready means? 1, you register. 2, you get your family to register. 3, you get your friends to register. And then you get your friends to register so that we could win big again. Which means each one of you have to get ready. Now, I don't know when the Prime Minister can call it, but we start doing the work.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
Remembering the current administration reneging on their memorandum of understanding with trade unions just after the 2018 general elections, concerns are being raised in what appeared on social media to be a searing attack on 2 executive members of the Public Workers Union. As we hear in this Gerald Joseph report, union officials have responded.
There are concerns that a repeat of a similar situation in which government reneges on agreements with public sector unions will reoccur in the next general elections. Prior to the 2018 elections, the NNP administration signed a memorandum of understanding for the restoration of pension for public officers, among other issues. Then, following another sweep at the polls, public sector unions alleged that government reneged on that agreement. Public Relations Officer of PW, Daisy Hazard, noting that such actions live on in their memory, says it is disconcerting that the labor movement in the region has been backed into a corner on most issues. Hazard explains that agreements to benefit workers are easier negotiated closer to an election.
But if we look around our country, Blossom, and we see the kind of a feverish activity and work, the road constructions and projects that are happening now, it is not just within the sort of a union construct that it seems that a country of Grenada, let's talk about Grenada, seem to be able to get the attention of politicians. It seems that this is when the politicians take notice of the country.
She says most union leaders thought honorable men and women were on the other side of the negotiating table.
And when you sign an MOU, it is an understanding, it's honorable, And that did not happen. It was no fault of the unions that they were dealing with a bunch of rogues. And I say that unapologetically. So we are very, very mindful. But we are also mindful that as union leaders, our mandate is to be able to squeeze out, to wring out any kind of benefit that we have to for our workers.
The PW executive member says such results as in 2018 will not dampen their fight for workers' benefits.
Union struggle has been ongoing. It is not mandated by a political cycle, and we are not asleep. We are not unaware of who we are dealing with. So we are very mindful. But are we to say, well, because we perceive elections has not been called in Grenada, is the union to say, well, because I perceive that perhaps we are in the election cycle, do not speak with the policymakers? Do not speak with the politicians who hold ministerial portfolios? Can the union say that? Should the union be foolish enough to say that? Absolutely not. So there is a balance.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Thank you, Gerard. This is GBN Primetime edition of news. Still to come, British High Commission prize-giving ceremony for its creative arts competition. That story and more is up next.
We come now together as one. We are committed Catholics. Listen to us.
The youth like us must be given a hearing.
I am a farmer and I have a story to tell.
I'm a farmer and I too would like to share my story.
Even though we walk out there Sunday to Sunday, we too have a story to tell.
I am a Catholic sometimes and I have things to say.
I need someone to listen. I have a lot to say on behalf of single parents.
The Catholic Diocese of St. George's in Grenada has begun a synod process. Pope Francis has involved the Universal Church. Your voice is important. Come, share your story, your experience, and your expectations of church.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
No frills, just great prices, only at Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Save $1,200 off the 65-inch TCL UHD Android TV. Now $3,499. Your choice of a 2-piece bedroom bundle, base and mattress, starting from $1,399. Save $400 off the Samsung 11-kilogram front-load washer. Now just $3,499. Shop with Ready Finance and take advantage of our new payment protection plan and get 1 month free only at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies flies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
The
Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
I've been a member of the Ariza Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Ariza Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Ariza encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to the news. Secondary school students island-wide impressed several officials with their creativity after entering the British Commonwealth School Creative Art Competition for secondary school students. Students from 2 secondary schools in Grenada captured the first 3 places. Let's get more details in this Rena Perry-Thomas report.
Taking the first place position of the British Commonwealth School Creative Art Competition is Alex Simon of the Presentation Brothers College, while second and third position was captured by Alina Williams and Naomi Allard, both of the St. Joseph Convent, Granville. Though unable to make it to the top 3 positions, 2 other students were awarded for their submissions. The Creative Arts Competition called on students from age 12 to 16 to submit their art piece under the theme Portraying the Commonwealth Games and Its Values. The winners were the top of 24 submissions from 5 different schools. At a prize-giving ceremony on Monday morning, the students spoke with GBN about their preparation for the competition.
Well, it was a little tough because at the meanwhile I was doing SBS and other work and stuff like that, but I really tried to incorporate Commonwealth in one piece, so I needed to do the research first and then brainstorm some ideas
better than this, but it was okay. Shocked. I wasn't expecting to be in second place.
I feel very ecstatic. I'm glad I participated and showed my participation within this Commonwealth Games activity for this visual arts competition.
Resident British Commissioner in Grenada, Wendy Freeman, is impressed with the submission.
We were really amazed at the quality of the entries. It was clear to us that students had taken the time to do the research on the Commonwealth and the Commonwealth Games to understand its values of humanity, equality and destiny. We therefore had a really difficult time with judging just for the first 3 places and ended up with 2 additional highly commended awards.
Chief Education Officer Angela Finley, in her remarks, called on the corporate community to help develop the area of art in Grenada.
Getting resources together to do any piece of art is an expensive task. So we do welcome partnerships, as has been demonstrated by the British High Commission today, and we really appreciate that. And we do call upon other stakeholders, the corporate community, to come forward as well and really lend the support to continue to motivate students to pursue activities, to pursue training in the area of theatre and the performing arts in the area of visual arts.
The competition is one of many activities planned for the celebration of World Commonwealth Day today. Also attending the ceremony was Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, and other government officials. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Meanwhile, Grenada is preparing to welcome the Queen's Baton on March 29th in light of the Commonwealth Games scheduled for later this year. The Baton Relay is a tradition that celebrates, connects and excites communities from across the Commonwealth during the build-up to the Commonwealth Games, which happens every 4 years. The passing of the Queen's Baton started on October 8th, 2021 and will pass through 7 countries in 297 days. Second Vice President of the Grenada Olympic Committee, Ralph Lord, said the baton will be in Grenada for 2 days.
The Queen's Baton is expected to arrive in Grenada on the 29th of March, 2022, and should stay with us for a period of 2 days, depart on the 1st of April, 2022. The Grenadian that will take the baton from here to the Bahamas will be our own Anderson Peters.
The baton is presently in New Zealand and will arrive in Grenada after departing from Guyana in 2 weeks. Lord spoke of the activities planned for the coming days.
We are going to show off the best of Grenada and all that we have to offer. So just to let you know some places that we are going to visit. We are going to show off Welcome Rock. We are going to show off our sculpture, underwater sculpture. We are going to even show off the wreck, the Anchasy. We are going to show off Asaraka. We are going to show off our Veko, our Shortney, our Jab, all that we have.
Meanwhile, speaking of passing the baton, on the 100th anniversary in partnership with Ford, McIntyre Brothers Inc. saw the naming of a new managing director. Let's get the details in this report.
McIntyre Brothers Incorporated has a new managing director.
As of this afternoon, I am no longer managing director. This young lady will be. It's been a long journey for me. But there comes a time when you have to say, enough is enough, and I'm doing that this afternoon.
Michael McIntyre handed the baton to daughter Fiona McIntyre Winsboro. She took up the new role as the company celebrated its 100th anniversary with Ford Motors. She says she's nervous but hopes to keep the legacy going with the help of the staff.
I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, but I have wonderful staff behind me. A lot of the staff who have worked with my dad have worked with my dad for many years, quite a few of them. And they're rooting for me. So I know the road ahead is going to be an easy one, thanks to them, they're great. All of them are wonderful people. And I have them behind me. So I'm positive that going forward, we'll just grow from strength to strength.
Mrs. McIntyre Winsborough says she's part of a new dispensation of women rising to the helm in corporate Grenada. She urged young women to pursue their dreams without fear.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Just keep striving. Just go for it.
Joseph Cador, GBN News.
And now let's turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Rena Perry-Thomas has been looking around the platforms.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz Report.
The Royal Grenada Police Force has its hands full with the escalation of youth violence, especially among school-aged children. According to the lawmen, primary school students are not left out of the conversation. GBN brought this story, and you, our online audience, took to the comment section to air your views. Cleaver Williams said, "We need to come to the realization that the home is the breeding ground for either good or positive attitude and behaviors or violence, bad attitude, and destructive behaviors among our youths. No child is born bad, evil, or wicked. They are molded and shaped by parents, their own experience, and their environment. Parents must know and understand that they are critical in the holistic development of their children." Kristen Roberts comment, "Parents need to search their kids' bag. I did it twice daily with my kids. They can also bring home items that don't belong to them." Asha Noel commented, "The RGPF needs to accept that starting with the governance, nearly everything the youth in Grenada are surrounded by is seniors with no morals or respect for their juniors, as children mostly repeated what they see. What else does society do? And the RGPF expects of Grenada's youth, really?" And finally, Didi Moraine says, "And stop justifying children's action when they are wrong." That's a wrap for tonight's Buzz. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Thank you, Rena. Still ahead, Commissioner of Police announces the appointment of a Superintendent of Police to lead the Predial Larceny Task Force. That story is next.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
What if there was a place in Grenada that was close to Grand Dance Beach, within walking distance of restaurants and attractions, and you didn't have to pay hundreds of dollars to stay there? Guess what? There is. Look us up.
Win the grand prize of $50,000 in the Digicel Prime Plus 50K jackpot, or you could grab second place of $15,000 or third place of $5,000 and loads of weekly prizes like cash, smartphones, hardware and grocery vouchers, and more. To enter, simply activate any Prime Plus bundle in the My Digicel app or dial *664 $. 1 day Prime Plus bundle equals 1 raffle entry. 3 day bundle equals 3 raffle entry. 7 day Prime Plus bundle equals 7 raffle entry. And a 30-day Prime Plus bundle equals 30 raffle entries, plus a bonus 20 extra entries. Over $100,000 in prizes to be won. Activate a Prime Plus bundle today. Digicel, better together.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Speysile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Speysile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Speysile Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 406-1500 or visit any of our 3 locations. Speysile Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. 2021 saw a 20% decrease in pretty larceny reports in comparison to the previous year. According to Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin, this gives no feeling of comfort as pretty larceny and stock trespass crimes remain unacceptably high. Chrislina John has more.
During a recent sitting of the House of Representatives, Farmers Representative Senator Roderick Sinclair echoed a call for action as farmers continue to suffer losses at the hands of thieves. The senator had called for a restructuring of the RGPF to include prettier larceny as a major department within the force.
Mr. Deputy President, we will go nowhere because, why? The persons who are responsible for prettier larceny, which is basically the rural constables, are not enshrined within the Royal Grenada Police Force. So we just set up bad. They cannot arrest nobody. And even the money that is with them, when 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the night, they have to go home because based on employment regulation.
Well, there appears to be some semblance of action, as for the first time since the establishment of the Prettier Larceny Task Force in 2004, it will be manned by a superintendent of police. Superintendent Solomon Stafford was appointed to the post. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin made the announcement during a news conference last week. The Police High Command says it's their continued effort to curb prettier larceny.
We have appointed for the very first time a superintendent to be directly in charge of this responsibility to lead the RGPF efforts in the fight against prettier larceny. To date, we have had a few meetings with the ministry with a view to looking to have the Prettier Larceny Task Force adequately resourced, reorganized, and equipped with vehicles, equipment, and personnel to enhance their capacity to improve their ability to more effectively support farmers in the fight against prettier larceny.
Commissioner Martin said despite a reduction in reported cases of prettier larceny, crimes against farmers remain high.
We are also in the process of reforming and re-energizing our farm watch schemes as we seek to strengthen partnership with farmers in this fight. Despite prettier larceny reports being contracted by 20% in 2021 as compared to 2020, this gives us no feeling of comfort, as both prettier larceny and stock trespass crimes against our farmers remains unacceptably high.
Superintendent Stafford says he understands the importance of putting an end to prettier larceny. However, with the necessary support needed, he intends to do his best in this regard. Christelina John, GBN News.
And now let's see what our citizen journalists captured. It's time for tonight's GBN ISAW.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's ISAW pays tribute to former Prime Minister Maurice Bishop a day after the anniversary of the historic event that occurred in 1979. On March 13th of 1979, the Grenada United Labour Party government of Sir Eric Matthew Gairy was overthrown by the NJM-led People's Revolutionary Army. Maurice Bishop, a lawyer by profession, was installed as Prime Minister of a newly established People's Revolutionary Government. Although the NJM government lasted only 4 years before Bishop was killed in a military coup led by Bernard Cord, after which the U.S. invaded to destroy the remnants of the movement, Bishop's humane and popular policy, as well as his international perspective, remain an inspiration to many who know of the Grenadian Revolution. Send us your photos and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. Coming up next is the weather, and then we join Zia Frederick for sports and our probe around the globe.
We support you at every stage of your life.
for business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now! We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carrico. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
She was my life, caring for me, loving me from a baby. COVID came and she never left the house. She felt safe there. Just turned 80, she kept saying, "Son, go take the vaccine so you could come and see me. I miss you." And never did. Because I'm young and I'm strong, and people on Facebook say the vaccine don't really protect you. I went to see her because I thought I was fine. I had no symptoms. She was so happy to see me. I had COVID and I did not even know. Being vaccinated would have helped. I just know it. I just know it. I'm so sorry, Granny. I'm so sorry.
This message is brought to you by the Grenada COVID Crisis Group and the Grenadians United in Virginia.
Good evening, sporting fans. We run off with a track and field tonight. It can only get better from here, say local pundits and officials, following the successful hosting of the 2022 Horizon National Championships over the weekend. Despite an elongated break, the performances by the majority of athletes were highly commended as they were spurred on by an energetic and ecstatic crowd at the Kirani James Athletics Stadium. Gerard Joseph has the details.
It is the return of major track and field to Grenada as the Horizon National Championships takes place here at the Kirani James Athletics Stadium.
Generally, I think the patrons are happy to be back, and we're happy that we are able to cater and have an event for them. We know that they've been suffering, okay, in all of it. The athletes, it's showing that their perseverance during the pandemic, the ability to continue training, the ability to come out and step up at the time when they need to step up, rise above the occasion. It is showing.
Public Relations Officer of the Grenada Athletic Association, Kwame Hippolyte, says records still being broken despite the challenges of COVID-19 are a strong indication of the possibilities if major track and field events continue despite the pandemic. Hippolyte believes the credit must go to the coaches who risk the threats of the pandemic posed while ensuring the athletes remain safe and focused.
It augurs well for us. It augurs well for the sport in Grenada. It means, as a federation, we now have to implement and make sure we strategically implement our plans that we have laid out for the next 2 to 3 years. That is development of our stakeholders.
The turnout at the 2022 Horizon National Championship was a powerful demonstration of just how much track and field was missed as scores of Grenadians came out on Saturday. Despite the 2-year break due to the pandemic, several records were broken as the athletes turned out and participated, giving their best on the day. Former Olympian Alan Francique, who is now a coach based in the United States, was impressed with the performances and notes that more competitions are needed for even better results, calling for a return of the Intercall Games.
Well, what I find lacking is the competition, because in my time when we competed, we had the Eastern Games, the Southern Games, and the Western Games. And St. David's, St. Andrews, all those schools was on the eastern side and the western side and the schools in town. I think we need more of that. And about the last 3 years we didn't have the Intercall, and I think we need to find a way to bring back the Intercall. I think to me that's one of the marquee events on the islands, because of all the different schools and all the different parishes and how much people come in to support. So I think we have to try, those people in authority, try whatever they could to bring back the Intercall.
National Champs is traditionally the qualifiers for the Carifta Games carried for Jamaica this year over the Easter weekend, and a team to represent Grenada is expected to be named in the coming weeks. Reporting from the Kirani James Athletics Stadium, this has been the Horizon National Champs. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN Sports.
Still with the Horizon National Championships, the return of major track and field to Grenada brought about elation from coaches and athletes based locally and in the diaspora. Lee Coffey, head coach of South City Rising Stars Track Club, as well as the father and son duo, Nazayo and Fernando John, based in the United States, gave their preliminary reviews on the return of athletics to Grenada. Here's another dispatch from Gerard Joseph.
Nazayo John is becoming a household name in Grenada in athletics, creating history in 2021 by becoming the first Grenadian male athlete to qualify for a major world final in the 100 meters. Nazayo also won silver 10.62 seconds in the under-20 men's 100 final at the NACAC under-18 and under-23 championships 2021 in Costa Rica. Nazayo and his father and coach Fernando John were part of the national champs over the weekend, where he won the 100 meters and 200 meter under-20 category. He told GBN that the event was a shakeout from the indoor races he participated in recently.
Been doing a lot of indoor, short, quick burst sprints and 4x4s, so just coming out here and getting my legs loose in the open 100, it felt good, so now I know what I need to fix going into the season.
The Grenadian sprinter is seeking to build on his performances at national champs and proudly represent Grenada during the 2022 athletics season.
I'm looking forward to World Games, World Games and World Under-20s, NACAC, any games Grenada wants to send me to, really. It's just exciting for me.
It's really good to him to come back home and compete. It's like the people see him run out there, but to be home is nothing better than that. It gives me such joy to see him out here running for his people, and we hope we can keep doing it, and hopefully people like what they see when he's out there.
GBN also spoke to local coach and founder of South City Rising Stars Track Club, Lee Coffey, who says the results from his athletes have reflected the work done in training.
We know we've been struggling with the pandemic, so we have put a sort of relapse in terms of the magnitude of athletes we usually see in competition and performing at a specific level. However, all in all, we're happy for the competition, and so far the results, they are living up to expectation.
Noting that it is the first major track and field meet since the return of athletics, Coach Coffey is expecting athletes to improve as they get more competition to further their athletic careers.
Well, it's very, very important for them. These meets basically open the doors of opportunities heading into the sporting world, more or less in the US or even Jamaica. Right here we have even potential scouts, Alan Francic, who is here present. We also have Nazio John and his dad out there in the US. So definitely these meets at least get the opportunity to showcase the potential, and in that way those opportunities definitely can be opened out to them.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN Sports.
Meanwhile, it was a significant day for sporting fanatics in St. David as lights have finally been installed at the Las Sages playing field. Details in this report from Christelina John.
It was a double celebration for Parliamentary Representative for St. David, Oliver Joseph, as the Las Sages playing field was lighted up on the day he celebrated the new National Party's 4th anniversary since their election victory in 2018. The celebrations were held under the theme, NNP, Tried, Tested and Delivering. Joseph says it is the fulfillment of yet another of his promises, saying it's important to him and the people of St. David.
Because I promise the people of St. David's that I will light up Las Sages playing field. It is our main playing field. It is the largest playing field in St. David's, and it is the second ground for international teams coming to Grenada, and therefore it was important that we have the lights. So today is a real historic day, March 13th, to turn on these lights.
The parliamentary rep said the field itself will need some remedial work.
On the 18th of this month, the St. David's Catholic Secondary will be having this sports right here. And there are minor remedial work we need to do. In addition, we have to improve on the bleachers that we have there, the sitting accommodation, and we'll start to work on that very shortly.
One of the coaches for the St. David Track Blazers, Paul Phillips, spoke on this welcomed initiative.
It's a joyous feeling. As you say, it's a reality now. I have always said that until I could put on the light physically, I didn't believe that we're getting lights, because we've been promised that so many times. But I think it's well appreciated. It's timely right now. We are in the peak of the athletic season, as you know. Yesterday was the national championships, and athletes are in high gear in terms of preparation.
Phillips spoke on future plans for athletics, football and cricket at the playing field.
Yeah, definitely. We have been for the years as a club, St. David's Track Blazers has been thinking about hosting maybe our own relay meets, hosting our sport in such a manner that we can bring out the public, because we know the St. David's people, they love sport. So I think we will definitely be putting on some activities in the night. The footballers have already started to plan. we in the St. David's Trailblazers will be having something very soon, and I anticipate something will be coming from the cricketers.
That's a look at sports. Regional and international news are next. Tonight we start in Jamaica, where a minister of government has resigned from the cabinet as minister without portfolio, capping a turbulent run as a minister of government over the past 6 years. The resignation of Robert Montagu comes days after a damning Integrity Commission report on the Firearm Licensing Authority cited him for knowingly granting a firearm permit to 6 people with criminal traces while he was National Security Minister.
News of Mr. Montagu's resignation came late Friday evening in a release from the Office of the Prime Minister. Mr. Holness said he met with Mr. Montagu, who tendered his resignation with immediate effect. An hour later, in a WhatsApp message received by our news center, Mr. Montagu said there were personal matters he had to deal with and he needed time and space. He added that he has retained a law firm and is being guided. Principal Director of the National Integrity Action, Professor Trevor Monroe, says Mr. Montagu made the right decision. However, he believes the resignation should have come months earlier when other allegations surfaced against Mr. Montagu during his tenure as Transport and Mining Minister.
Unfortunately, the minister's record does reinforce the correctness and the appropriateness of his resignation and his departure from executive authority.
Political commentator Shalman Scott says the Integrity Commission's report into the questionable granting of gun licenses by the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, has worsened the low level of trust in public officials.
All these people, in the interest of themselves and in the interest of the country, must do the right thing. And should not have to wait until when the Prime Minister have to call them in, or whoever is in charge of them have to call them in to tell them what they are to do. But we need to pay attention to the broader mood in the political mood in the country that is developing and watch it.
It's still not clear what role Mr. Montagu will be asked to play in the days ahead as he holds the powerful position as JLP chairman. But the NIA says no consideration should be given to him returning to the government in a position of authority.
At least 1 person has died and 12 have been injured in a Russian airstrike on a residential building in Ukraine's capital, as Russia continues its bombardment of many Ukrainian cities.
An apartment block in Kyiv, attacked this morning. And in the northern suburbs of the capital, authorities say an aircraft manufacturing plant was also shelled by Russian forces. These attacks follow the sustained bombardment of other cities, such as Mariupol. Before and after satellite footage shows the devastating impact on residential areas. Following an attack on a maternity hospital in the city, a woman was seen being carried away on a stretcher. This morning there are reports that both she and her child have died from their injuries. A situation described by the Red Cross as a waking nightmare.
people are running out of water, people are running out of food, people are running out of medicine, and every day they have to scramble to find something to survive on.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has been a visible presence in Kyiv every day. More talks with Russia will take place today. Ukrainian officials said this morning that Moscow's position was more constructive than it had been previously. The Ukrainian president also demanded a meeting with Vladimir Putin. But this strike on a military training base a few miles from the Polish border yesterday, which killed 35 people, was seen by many as a significant escalation. And there are other stark reminders of the ongoing devastation across Ukraine. This is what's left of a kindergarten in the northeastern city of Kharkiv. In Chernihiv, a delicate removal operation to remove an unexploded device.
While many focus on the deadly attack on Ukraine, China is battling its worst coronavirus outbreak since the pandemic began, with Omicron cases surging in multiple provinces. The extremely contagious variant, known as Stealth Omicron, is challenging the government's zero COVID-19 strategy.
Jilin province in China's northeast is the latest epicenter of the country's coronavirus outbreak, with hundreds of cases confirmed there in the past few days. Mass testing is underway and a makeshift hospital designed to accommodate 1,500 is now open. Further south, similar scenes in the city of Qingdao. People there have been ordered to take COVID-19 tests by community medical workers.
We have set up 6 testing sites in our community. Due to the tight schedule, we have to conduct testing overnight.
Cases of the Omicron variant are surging nationwide, with thousands of infections reported in recent days. It's the biggest outbreak here since the pandemic began. More than 17 million people in the city of Shenzhen have been put under lockdown for at least a week. People can only leave home to buy necessities. All public transport has been suspended. The forced closure of businesses and factories in the tech hub saw China's stock markets drop on Monday. In Shanghai, parks, schools, and universities have also been closed. Authorities are doing all they can to prevent large outbreaks in major cities. Rapid antigen tests, or home testing kits, have been made available to the Chinese public for the first time. Experts abroad have criticized China's zero-tolerance strategy as unsustainable, but Beijing has doubled down on its approach, saying it's kept deaths from the virus to a minimum.
And that's it for tonight's probe around the globe. Blossom is up next with a recap of the headlines. And now let's look back at what made news tonight. Grenada's ambassador to the WTO, Justin Sun, refutes claims of insider trading. Rainier J crew to resume trade with Trinidad and Tobago amidst safety concerns. New National Party celebrates its 4th anniversary in government. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin announces appointment of a superintendent of police to lead the Prettier Larceny Task Force. In regional developments, Jamaican government minister resigns from cabinet following damning reports citing him for knowingly granting a firearm permit to 6 people with criminal records. Internationally, while many focus on the deadly attack in Ukraine, Omicron cases surge in China, prompting a lockdown. And in sports, successful hosting of the first major track and field event since the pandemic is garnering positive reviews from all circles. That's the end of the GBN Nightly News for Monday, March 14th, 2022. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Blossom Alexis-Welsh on behalf of the entire news team. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.
Cricket fans, it is happening again. It's the 13th